Let's have a real conversation. A real conversation. Big question. Today's only Wednesday, and this has been the question of the week. I've had people inbox me over and over again how to make money with no money. And I thought about it and I said, okay, this is just something that keeps going on. This is just a question that happens over and over and over. But we really need to discuss the bigger problem. I know in your mind, Glendon, I have no money. I need money. Jojo need milk. Big Mama needs some money. Little so and so needs this. He needs that. Everybody needs money. I have no money, and people don't value me. I need to get some money. And I know you're going, that's the larger problem. No, it's not. It's not the larger problem. Let's look at the larger problem, which is you do not put money as a priority in your life. It's not a priority. If you can get to level 152 on Zawoski's game or whatever fucking game, if you can get to the highest level, but you don't have any damn money to your name, playing games, doing this other stuff is more of a priority to you than earning money. Because you can earn money with no money. But see, this is the problem. You have to work. You'll have to work maybe some bullshit job. You may have to do some shit you don't want to do to earn money. This is the problem. I did an analysis. What I'm really getting is, hey, Glendon, how the hell can I make a lot of money with little to no fucking effort? That's the cusp of it, because there's more videos on this channel that tell you exactly what to do, how to do it. But yeah, Glendon, man, I'm not trying to work that hard. I understand I'm living with my mama. I understand I'm living with my parents. I understand I have no money, but I'm trying to have that lifestyle like you have, that internet lifestyle where you come and go as you please, do what you want to do. That's what I'm looking for. And I don't want to pay you, and I don't really want to pay anyone. I just want to get paid. Second problem, it's all about you. There's no one else that comes into the equation. You got to get money, not we got to get money. You got to get money. No one else matters. You're selfish as fuck. That's another reason you are broke. That's another reason you are broke. You're selfish as I don't know what. So I'm going to keep the points close. Number one, money's not a priority to you. It's not. Number two, you're selfish as fuck. Number three, you believe in fairy tales. I want you to really think about this. And sometimes when someone pulls a thought out of your head and they give it back to you, you go, oh, now that the air has hit it and it's turned green, that shit looks crazy as it sounds. You're asking someone you don't want to pay, you don't want to do anything for, to help you earn a significant amount of money and only be paid in your undying gratitude. Now, let's flip it. I came to your house, and I said, feed me. And you cool with that. You're cool with that. She was like, hey, I got some leftover steak. And you're like, no. I don't want steak. I want that, I want that stuffed flounder and some garnishes. And could you get a certain Merlot? And they sell it in Publix. So not only am I coming to your house and I'm turning down the good food that you are offering me. The steak was awesome. Just got to heat it up, and they'll be, sometimes leftovers are better than the main dish because they seasoned a little bit more. But no, I don't want that. I want you to go to the store, spend money, cook, and then feed me exactly what I want at the right temperature, at the right time, with a with a mildly chilled Merlot because you don't, yeah. Now, someone came to your house with those requirements. What would you think? They're fucking crazy. Yes, that's the problem. People don't think. Don't think. So, number one, money's not a priority. Number two, you're selfish as fuck. Number three, you are living a fantasy. You're living a fantasy. This is why you're broke. To make money with no money requires that you give some type of equity of your life. The more unskilled, the more unremarkable services or talents that you have, the harder you will have to work. It's there. It's possible. It's on the table. But the thing is, many of you can't get it through your fucking thick skulls that you got to work. You have got to work. There is no Superman, no Spider-Man. There's no Incredible Hulk. There's no fucking Thor coming to save your ass. If you do not put your ass to work, whatever support system you have, whatever people are helping you, when they're in the position where they can't help you, you will perish. The average woman who receives significant child support, once that child support is over, enters into poverty because they become dependent on the money of other people. This is why you have generation after generation of people on public assistance. Generation after generation, because they have been taught that someone's going to do something significant for them. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's $300-400 a month. You get a check for doing absolutely nothing at all and you didn't earn it. That's significant. And we got these people who are wondering why they can't move forward, why they can't make the money they want to make, because it's not a priority. It's not on the table. It's not thought about. And I know you're going like, I think about not having money all the time. See, once again, that goes to that selfishness. You think about you not having money. You do not think about what you can do for another person. It's all about you. And as long as it stays in that little circle of you, real tight, money can't get in. Money, it can't get in. No, it can't get in. You got to start thinking about bigger things other than yourself, other than your needs, other than your selfish desires and wants. Long time ago, when I used to think like you, and this is why I'm being so hard, because I know the mindset, because I used to have it. I used to go to the store and pull out these magazines and see these fancy ads, and there's this slick guy in front of a nice audio system. Because see, back in the day, an audio system, if you had a nice audio, that was a sign of prestige and status, your audio system. And hey, if you send me $29.99 next month, you could be driving a Ferrari. I was that fucking stupid. I was there because, see, when you are selfish, when you only think about yourself, and when you don't place money as a priority and you don't think, it's very easy to be seduced by anything. If I had sat back and said, why would someone sell me how to make millions of dollars for $29.99? I would have been like, this is some bullshit. But I didn't think like that because I was desperate. I wanted that shine. I had that thirst. Yeah, I wanted to be like, Mr. Big Stuff, Mr. Big, rolling around in a nice car, living in a nice neighborhood, doing all that stuff, but never really thought about the process of how to get that stuff. And that's where you are. I have people who are mad at me on this channel because I just don't sit and talk to them for hours and hours and hours, giving them good information for free because they had simply asked for it. My daddy told me I was special. My mama told me I was special. Yeah, they did. You're special to them, no one else. If your ass can disappear for a day and nobody's blowing up your phone looking for you, that should tell you what you've done for other people. If you can die in your apartment and nobody comes looking for you within the days, they find your ass when the rent wasn't paid, or they find your ass in the house when the mortgage wasn't paid, and they come in and you mummified, that tells you your service to humanity. If you're in a position where you could just disappear for weeks and nobody's looking for your ass, you ain't really done shit for nobody. And that's why you're broke. That's why you're broke, and you will continue to be broke as long as you continue to think like that. I know you came here and you saw the title and you're just looking like for some simple, quick, really, really easy solutions to solve your complex ass problems. There's going to be a solution section to this video and you'll have to pay for it. I know it's horrible. It's called being in the real world. That's called being an adult. Yeah, I'm going to give you some serious solutions. I'm going to take you from point A to point B, how to go from broke to some money, from some money to okay money, from okay money to, oh, now I have the money I want. Notice the steps. Broke to some money to okay money. There's steps. Many of you want to just leap over all of that and get to the money you want. Don't serve nobody. Don't help nobody. Don't do shit for nobody else but your selfish ass. And you keep wondering why it's just a party of one. Why nobody gives a fuck about you. Yeah, that's the reality. If you are broke and all your friends are broke, and you know, if you're black, or you want to go with African American, then you're going to like, well, let's institutionalize racism. I'm going to say bullshit. It's because you do not place a priority on earning money. You don't. You're hoping to earn money. You're hoping someone to come in and save you because, see, this is how I look at slavery. I look at the brutality. I look at the horror of slavery and the people who survived that as being some extremely tough motherfuckers. You can walk in the room and have your dick cut off because you said the wrong thing to the wrong person. You can walk in the room and see someone raping your wife. You had to deal with that shit. You learned how to read an elementary book and somebody coming to your house to kill you because you learned how to read. The people who survived that are strong. They were not niggas or niggers. They were neither one of those people. They were strong black folks. That's my legacy. That's the folks that I want to make proud. None of this other bullshit. So if those folks had to do that just to learn how to read, and you sitting around with an iPhone, you're sitting around with an iPad, you got air conditioning, internet, you're playing bullshit games, and you sitting around broke and you wonder why? It's because you don't give a fuck. So don't give me that. Miss me with that bullshit. Well, it's institutionalized racism. No, it's you are fucking lazy. You don't really, and it's one thing to be ignorant, because I'm ignorant to a lot of stuff and I have to learn many things in life. But it's another thing to purposely stay fucking ignorant. If you don't know, you don't know. That's cool. But if you continue to not know year after year, decade after decade, that's on your stupid ass. That's you. I mean, seriously, that's you. And as someone who got online early, 2000, started selling on eBay, started selling on Amazon, had my own websites, I learned you can win with racism. Racism isn't going anywhere. Racism is a problem, but it shouldn't be your problem. It should be someone else's problem. What I mean by that is you should not wake up going, well, you know, the man is not going to let me win today, so why should I even fucking try? You're a fucking low expectation having ass loser. Understand, I'm not going to marginalize the problems of racism, but I'm not going to marginalize your low output ass either and go, oh, that's okay. No, we live in a world of unbridled opportunity, but many people are not taking advantage. Now, if you want to go from no money to some money, stay tuned. I'm going to give you that information. I'm going to give you a step-by-step process, and we're going to have some fun with this.
Like you're doing all this for a reason. And what happens most of the time, people change. People change around you because you start drinking.
What's going on, people? What is the dealio? Got this question, and I get this question quite a bit. Usually it's like, hey, Glendon, I'm a teen. What can I do to make some money? I'm thinking about starting a business. This particular lad is 18 years old, He's trying to figure out how he can put some loot in his pocket this summer or for the foreseeable future, since I'm thinking he's 18, he's graduated or is about to graduate. Well, probably graduated, I would assume. This would be my advice to you. First of all, think service type business. For the number one reason, you have no experience. Unless, I'll give you an example of someone whose son did something, but because his mama wasn't down with it, it ended. Her son went to hang out with his dad for a few years, and he learned ballroom dancing. He's really good at it. So her son, who's 6'2", he was looking to make some money, and he just put up, I'll teach you how to do ballroom dance on Craigslist. $25 a lesson. Dude was doing 2 to 4 lessons a day, but his mama didn't like it because he's a handsome young man, and a lot of women were signing up for the lessons because he was like 6'2", diesel and everything, good looking guy. And he was working, using what his mama gave him. He was working with his mama gave him, but she didn't like it because introduce older women touching my young son. I was like, for someone who was young, and I think he was 16, 17 at the time, there was 2 things that happened there. One, he took action. 2, he was good at something. 3, he was enjoying himself. And I have a feeling he was making more money than his mama. I actually have a feeling that was the real problem. Call me crazy. But like that young man, you have to think of something service-oriented. If you're going to, there's glimpses of things you can do, but let's just be real. You don't have any skill sets unless, you can do dance lessons, unless you are good. I will give you another thing. When I got my Mac computer, whenever I need to do something, I would go to YouTube, and it was always some British kid. There are many adults who are still afraid of technology. There's this thing I saw the other day, Technion, some kind of computer for elderly people, and it was like, you gotta be kidding me. Babies are using iPads. Babies are figuring out iPads. So there are a lot of adults, not because of their capacity, but more so of their fear, who can't embrace technology. So if you're a teen looking to make money, my first bit of advice to you would be, number 1, create a spreadsheet of everything you know how to do. Babysitting, car wash, tune-ups, fixing, everything that you know how to do. Create that spreadsheet. I'm not going to recommend eBay, and I'm not going to recommend Amazon FBA anymore. I have moved away from that. That's off my recommend list, so I'm not even talking about that. But if you want to do those things, there's plenty of videos here on YouTube that can hook you up with that information. Now, after you have created this list of things that you can do, I will, before I go there, if you do want to hustle on Craigslist, that's a great way to make money. Hustling on Craigslist is a great way to make money, but the thing is, you have to have failure stamina. You can list 30 things on Craigslist and none of that shit sells. It's going to happen. But if you continue to list 30 things that the public wants at the right price, you will make sales. It's going to happen. So Craigslist, flipping stuff, that's a great way to make money. It's being the summer, you can go to garage sales, you can buy stuff super cheap and actually sell it back on Craigslist, clean it up or bundle it up. So you can do that. Now, let's predicate this advice on the fact that you have no money. Once again, service business, because if you have no money, you have no transportation, and a lot of people are in that situation where they're just completely ass out on both of those fronts, then you're going to have to do something service oriented, which goes back to create a list of things you can do. Now, here's a new list of things you can do. You can cut grass, you can clean out driveways, you can pressure wash, you can do manual labor. Essentially, what I'm going to do, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. That's crazy. But essentially, you have to learn how to introduce yourself, go knock on doors, window washing, like I said, yard work, dog walking. Actually, walking dogs is a big business. I don't know if you have to have a license for that now, but anything that you can make someone else's life easier in the vein of service. Walking the dogs, taking their laundry to the cleaners, watching kids, or if you're a really smart kid, tutoring dumb kids during the summer. It's big business. Big business. If you know how to paint, you know how to, or hey, you know, there's some chubby kids in your neighborhood, organize a running club. Now, this is the thing that kills so many people, because we want to debase our abilities. Like, say you can start the running club. What most people will do is do it for free because they don't think there's value in it. So they'll do it for free, go ahead and get these things, and everyone's going, ooh, wee, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. And you make no money. There's a certain currency that's called authority by doing such things, but it's hard to translate that into money if you don't have a money mindset. So you've got your list of things. There will be a ton of repetition in this video. You've got your list of things, and you're adding this stuff that you think you can do. That's the next thing. You know, number one sheet of paper is all the things I can do, all of my skill sets. Number two, things that you think you can do, or that you can learn within a few weeks. Because if you can learn something within a month, then go out and make money from that, that's a win. I would not recommend going to trade school, technical school, or any of that stuff that's going to require you to put out a shitload of money before you learn how to make money without a job. I'm revising a lot of this stuff because I've looked at some of these technical schools. They are just as expensive as traditional college. And there's the same issue. If you're going to technical school and there's no robust pool of available jobs, you're going to be in the same position. You went to school, got these student loans, and you still don't have a job. So learn how to hustle and get your set income goals. You're a kid. I'm going to give you, because a lot of kids don't really think in terms of real money. If you're 18 and you get paid $1,500 a month, that's a lot of money because you're living at home. You don't have the regular expenses of a fully independent human being. So it's a lot of money, right? So this is going to be scary, but set your income goal at $3,000 per month. That's what you want to set it at. So you've got to reverse engineer, what do I need to do to earn $3,000 a month? And when I say $3,000 is, if you get it, great. If you don't, you're going to come closer than if you just like, I just want to make as much money as possible, Glendon. I just want to make a lot of money. I just want to get paid, bro. I want to get paid. No, that is foolish. It's not going to get you where you want to go. So I'm giving you $3,000 a month. That's what you're shooting for. So here's a quick exercise. Say you detail cars, and it's $50 per car. That's what you can get for doing the detail, inside, outside, armor all in the tires, and putting smell good in the back seat. So what you do is you take 3,000 and you divide that by 50. So however many cars it takes to get to 3,000, that's your goal. That's what you're shooting for. Then you take that number and you break it down to how many you have to do per week. So at $50, it's kind of simple math, because every 10 is 500, right? Every 20 is 1,000, right? So that's 60 cars per month. So what you do with the 60 is you times that times 4. So that's 15 cars per week. Your goal is 15 cars per week to make your $3,000 per month. Now that is gross revenue. That is not, net, because you will have expenses. You have to buy armor all. You've got water. You have to buy soap. So, I don't know the car wash business, but let's just say your expenses are $300 to $400 a month for all that. $300 to $400. So that, you still gross at 3,000, and you make well over $2,000. Now, if you make $2,500 to $2,600 net, that's what you take home before you pay taxes. That is pretty much average income for self-sufficient adults in America. Most people in this country make under $30,000 a year. Yes, most. Well, at least half. Okay. Well, half make less than 50 G's. So you can say a good 50% of the people in this country make under 30 grand per year. So by creating a business and providing a service, you can hit that level quickly. Now, if you've got your list, right? Once again, with the repetition, what can you do? What do you think you can do? And think service business, service business, service business. Also, when you're doing this, set a 1 to 2 year goal that you're going to put some of your money away. And you're a kid, so anything that you can do to get money is great. You don't have to be in love with it. You don't have to like it. Forget this, well, if it's my patent, no, fuck that. You're trying to make money. You're trying to learn how to make money in the world. And unlike many people, if you're a kid, you have time on your side. You could fuck around for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years easy, and it's not really going to impact your future as if you're fucking around and you're 40 or 50. Big difference. So take advantage of the time. Also, if you're a kid and you want to make money, start a business, think international. If you notice that how we are in love with people with accents, like someone, like I got a thing for Bahamian women with that accent, or if it's an accent attached to it, we're just like, ooh. Well, guess what? The same thing happens across the pond. They feel the same way about us. I've been there. I've been to Japan. I've been to Europe. They feel the same way. So, you graduated high school, don't know what you want to do. Kind of like go say, hey, what can I do across the way? You might be able, if you're a girl, become an au pair for a year or two with some family and get to live in Europe and get paid for it. It's a learning experience. I'm not saying do this forever and ever. Have goals. If you're a dude, hey, Peace Corps. All of these things, because the thing is, once you get over there and you've got your laptop and you've got the internet, you can do an internet business. And I bring up internet businesses last because typically the problem for kids trying to start an internet business is they're trying to start something that's already done, that takes money. If you can create a new app, if you have the ability to do something different, how to code. Also, I would say if you're a kid, and this will not make you money immediately, but you can go online, Ruby Rails, and learn how to code for free. If you took this summer and did nothing more than code your ass off, you would put yourself in a position to get a job within a year or less, if that's what you want. Because once you learn how to code, once you learn to make stuff, then you can sell that skills. You can make apps for people, because there are so many businesses that are run by one person who doesn't have the time or the mental bandwidth to do all this stuff, that you can just go around your town and make apps for these businesses. It's like, hey, you need an app, and I'll charge you $100 for an app, and use a template that costs you $25, and use that shit over like 15, 20 times, and you made 2, 3, 4, 5 grand from your app business, making apps, making websites, running stuff, being a social media manager for companies. Like, say, hey, I'll come, find a company, right? I'll set up your Twitter account, I'll set up your Facebook page, and I'll, for $100 a month, I'll run that for you. I'll put in 5 hours a week. I'll answer your tweets and everything. I'll communicate with you, and then you go out and you get 20 companies. They're paying you $100 a month. That's $2 grand, income, and you're just wash, rinse, and repeat. So as a kid or a teen, you have to think of doing stuff that other people don't want to do. That's fairly cheap. Doesn't cost a lot of money. Doesn't cost a lot of time. Because another thing you can do is, I don't know if this is saturated. It could be saturated, but if you know how to fix cell phones. I know repairing screens was one thing. Unlocking, go to YouTube, learn how to unlock phones. There's tutorials. They'll teach you how to unlock the phone. You unlock the phone for $25. Just really, really use your mind, because the money is out there. There's no shortage of money. Understand that. There's no shortage of money. There's no shortage of people who have requirements. The shortage is in activity, because people don't want to work. They don't want to do the hard stuff. And also, once again, as a kid, just say, I'm going to spend a year doing this. I'm going to spend 2 years doing this. I'm going to spend 3 years doing this. And then if while you're in the midst of doing whatever you're doing and something else is more appealing, set up a plan for it. Don't just like, hey, I'm going to hop off of this and I'm going to do this thing. Don't do that. Just like, okay, how can I set up this plan? How can I create a situation where I can get to this point? Because if you're, another thing, if you're a kid, I say kid with a degree, because 21, 22, 23, 24, you're still a kid to me. Take your degree across the pond. Go look for jobs in the different parts of the world. Just say, hey, get your visa together, get your passport together, and say, hey, I'll be in Asia for 2 years or 3 years. When you come back, when it's like, looking at your resume, if you're still playing that hamster game of resumes, and it's like, wow, lived in Europe too. That stands out. It stands out. It's better than high GPA, better than, I know Biff. I lived in Europe. I created a club in Europe. I learned, I became fluent in the language because I immersed myself. I mean, that type of stuff separates you from the rest of the posse. And also, if you're a kid, and this is just, me to you, think about the military. You have to have your high school diploma to get in the military now. No more GED. 2-3 years and pick somewhere far away from home. I joined the Army and I spent 6.5 years in there, and it was one of the best decisions of my life. I got to see parts of the world in a way that I would never see them, even now, even with money, because I got to go places that regular people couldn't go. It is an awesome way. Awesome way. If I could do the military over again, I would have still do it the same way. I'm gonna still do it the same way because I got some awesome experiences. But if you don't want to do the military, you're 18, 19, 20. Okay, get yourself some skills, coding, babysitting, whatever, and just say, hey, I'm gonna take a year and go around the world. It's not as expensive as you think it is, because you're gonna go kid style, hostels, hanging out, maybe get 3 or 4 of you together and just like, boom, just do this. Because the thing is, I'm gonna just tell you, from me to you, I traveled when I was your age, and it shaped my perspective for the rest of my life. Going around the world, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 26, is totally different than going around the world at 30-something, 40-something, 50-something. Big difference. Big difference in how you relate to people. Big difference in how people relate to you. You're more open. You don't have all this mental baggage. It is just an awesome way to get a different kind of education. I think travel is some of the best education in the world. I mean, 15% of the United States population is a passport holder, and only let's see, hold on a second. And only a handful of those people actually use their passports on a regular basis. So you have to really think about that, because this is an opportunity for you to do something different than what everyone else is doing. This is an opportunity for you to build a life and take your perspective, your abilities, and how you live your life on a wholly different level. I mean, it's just an incredible way for you to separate yourself from the pack, because that's your big thing. It's not your ability, it's being discovered, saying someone's going, hey, that little dot is red while the other dots are blue. You just have to do things for yourself to make yourself stand out. That's just very, very important going forward, because where we live in the world today is just global. I mean, it's coming. You're not competing with Biff or Stan. You're competing with, Ratun, Bahif. You're competing with the world now. And the sooner that you learn that and embrace that and know how to deal with it, it's just going to be much better for you and your future. Because we have a lot of people who don't understand that being a creator, being a person who innovates and creates their own economy is going to be the norm. It's going to be the norm. It's going to be something you're going to have to do. Right now, you have the option to want to do it because, there's still the ability to get jobs if you train yourself. It's going away. So as a kid, if you learn how to handle a business, learn how to do accounting, talk to customers, and you do this stuff now, these are things that will be with you for the rest of your life. This is just something that's going to be an incredible way for you to take care of yourself and take care of your family, because these skills are super, super important. And they're never, ever going to go away, because we all have to learn how to be salespeople at some point. We have to learn how to do that thing. So if you're a kid and you want to start a business, make some money, do it. And you will stumble and you will fail, you will fall down, you will have issues, you will not be successful as you want to be successful initially. Don't let that stop you. Take that as part of the grooming process of you becoming successful. This is just part of it. Don't lose your mind. Don't start falling apart and saying, woe is me. Just go, hey, I started this thing. I really don't know how to do it. But I'm learning. And as I learn, I'll become better. And I'll be able to do this thing. I'll be able to become productive. I'll be able to fulfill my dreams. Because many people give up way too soon. They give up too soon, and they think because there is some disruption in the force that, hey, because I really hate when I hear someone, I'm not trying to insult you if it really is like, well, God didn't want me to have that. No, maybe you didn't fucking work hard enough. That's more applicable. That's really more applicable. So that's just something for you to think about. But as a kid, think service, think starting a business. And also, as a kid, if you are the one who can be the leader, own that position. If you got your boys or your girls working for you, you be the leader because you started it. This whole thing, or we're all the same, we're all equal. Okay, if you're all equal, why are you the one starting the business and hiring them? You're not putting out equal action, so you're not equal. Unless that you get together, it's like, I have a business and I'm going to bring my customers to your customer. Okay, at that point you're equals. But if you are the generator of the business, you're the one that's making the money, you're the one that's selling the product or selling the service and bringing them in, you are the spearhead. You are the woman or the man on the white horse, and you need to own that position. I know we live in a world of collaboration, but someone always is the initiator. There's someone that starts the thing. There's someone that builds the empire. There's someone that pushes forward. And if that's you at an early age, understand you've given yourself an incredible leverage point for your future, because many people don't want to be in that situation. They want the perks, they want the privilege, and they want the money of that, but they don't want the hardship, and they don't want the responsibility. The sooner you learn to accept it, own it, and be cool with it, the sooner that your life's going to be wealthy in ways that you can't imagine. All right, if you like the video, you like the content, be sure there's these blocks. They're either here or here, because I forget when I'm doing this on my phone. But check out Hustlers University. It's free. Get your free audio book. That's going to help you a lot. Then there's Hustlers Camp, the Hustlers Mindset Strengthening Your Mind. And then there's 30 Days to 2,500. That will help you tremendously if you're going to start a business. And if you want to talk to me, booyah, there it is right there. So just check that stuff out, look at it, pick what works for you. Everything is not real expensive. Actually, I proved some stuff down that's, if you can't afford this, then just kill yourself. I mean, seriously, your life really sucks in major ways. And then, leave a comment, let me know what you thought about this, and I'll see you on the good side.